Hey guys, Trouble Key Cat here. Today, we're going to talk about The Evil Within. The Evil Within is actually a game I've been looking forward to for quite a while. It comes out in about 2 days here in Australia. It's already out in the US, I believe, but whatever. Early reviews are excellent, so that's always good. Although, oftentimes reviewers can't be trusted. It's still a good sign. But there's bad news. There's very bad news. A few days ago, Bethesda revealed that the PC version and console versions, it's less surprising because it's generally expected, the PC version will be locked to 30 frames per second and a letterbox 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio, so there will be black bars on your monitor there. And in light of this reveal, I would like to reveal something for Bethesda and the dev team there and the people responsible for these decisions. And I just like to reveal. Fuck you! Fuck you! Look, okay, the letterbox thing. All right, apparently it's for gameplay reasons. Things will show up in the black parts of the screen. All right, okay, I personally think that's kind of dumb. I whatever though. Like I much prefer you don't use the whole. But okay, so you got some. Okay, I'll let you have that one. Kind of. I prefer an option, but I'll let you have that one. The 30 FPS thing. Why? 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 Could you why? Okay, do you just hate me personally? Because, like, reviewers never mention this shit. Apparently a lot of people are okay with 30 frames. But, like, I'm not, and a lot of my fucking friends that I talk to aren't. Anecdotally, it seems to me that most people do not like this shit. Apparently, you know, the team designed The Evil Within to be played at 30 FPS and to utilize an aspect ratio of 2.35 to 1 for all platforms. The team has worked the last 4 years perfecting the game experience with these settings in mind. You can't do that. The game experience is not perfect at 30 FPS. It's fucking... Things do not move smoothly. I know some people purport to have some kind of weird eye cancer afflicting them where they can't tell the difference between 30 and 60 frames, or even, 60 and 120 is also a pretty big difference to me, but whatever. But aside from those people with the weird eye cancers where they just can't see past a certain low frame rate, to everyone else, 30 FPS doesn't really look that smooth. 60 FPS looks quite smooth. I would prefer it to be uncapped. But if you have to cap it, 60 FPS, not too bad of a number. Doesn't make full use of my 144Hz monitor that I bought specifically so that I could have, more smooth images. But whatever, 60 FPS is pretty smooth. 30 FPS is not. It is not. And before you go talking to me about cinematic experiences, fuck you. First of all, you're making a video game, not a movie. Okay? Let's just get that one out of the way. I think I don't need to go into more detail there about why you shouldn't necessarily idolize making a cinematic experience when you're not making something that's going to be fucking seen in cinemas. It's not a movie. It doesn't mimic the cinematic experience anyway. First, the frame rate's wrong, and secondly, whatever kind of motion blur you use does not actually look like the kind of blurring effect you get in films because of the way a camera works that makes 24 FPS look reasonably smooth. Your motion blur in video games, I haven't played The Evil Within, so I don't know what they're going to do there, if they're going to have motion blur, what it's going to look like. But video game motion blur usually looks like garbage. And if you have motion blur and a low frame rate, what you're usually seeing then is stuttery, blurry garbage. And that's not good. That doesn't make me feel more immersed in your game. Because when I go out in real life, and, I'm looking around me, and I don't see things moving with this, weird sort of slight stuttering. Things tend to appear to move quite smoothly. And when, I turn my head, I'm not suddenly immersed in water. As one of my friends described how motion blur in a lot of games goes down. It's not... It brings me out of the experience because I am constantly pissed off by the fact that nothing's actually running smoothly. It does the opposite of making me more immersed, okay? If some people like it, whatever, just give me a fucking option. Apparently there is a console setting in The Evil Within that you have to enter every time you start up the game to disable this lock. Why isn't it an option? Why isn't it in the menu? Why? Like, I don't... I don't get it. Has anyone ever said, this game's nice, I like the high frame rate, is good, but I think it'd just be better if the frame rate was bad instead. Nobody has ever said that! Sometimes people prefer a slightly slower frame rate so that the frame rate is more consistent because they're bothered by fluctuation in frame rate. That's not generally a problem on high-end PCs, generally. But that's not the same as just, capping the frame rate at this arbitrary low number. I don't get it. I don't get it. Apparently the game also has forced on mouse smoothing, which I also just don't fuck with my mouse, please. Give me the raw input, as a general rule of thumb. Give me options for acceleration and smoothing, because some people like them for some reason. I just want an option. Fuck, I mean, if console games gave me the option to disable some of the visual effects to get a better frame rate, or make the shadows look shittier, or anything to bump the frame rate from 30 to 60, I would select those options every single time. The frame rate makes a huge difference to my enjoyment of the experience, to how immersed I am and involved I am in the experience. It makes a huge difference. 30 FPS is just not good enough. It's not. I'm sorry. My experience with Destiny has been really hurt by the low frame rate, and also the fucking tiny FOV in Destiny. I don't know why the FOV is so tiny in that game. It's fucking ridiculous. It's disorienting. It gives me a fucking headache when the FOV's that low. Whether or not that'll be in The Evil Within is... I don't know. But I would like to now make this discussion broader than just The Evil Within. Why the fuck does this keep happening? Games with locked resolutions, tiny FOVs, locked frame rates, fucking mandatory mouse smoothing, all these things that just pull me out of the experience, make the experience worse. The devs apparently do because they think it makes the experience better for players, which is a noble goal, okay? That's a noble goal. I appreciate that you want to make the experience as good as you can. It's wrong! You're doing it wrong! Wrong! Bad, stop. And this shouldn't be a fucking shock to you at this point. Every single time a game comes out with these kinds of limits, people flip their shit. Lots of people flip their shit. There'll be some people who are like, it's fine. It doesn't matter to me. And there'll be, like, a lot of other people who'll be fucking furious. I've seen games that didn't have like a built-in console command or anything, and people will go to absurd lengths to find ways to mod the game to fix these things. And I do mean fix. It is wrong. It is an incorrect decision. It's not a valid design choice for the experience you wanted to create. It is wrong. It is wrong. Wrong! Stop! Do not do this shit anymore. Don't do it! Don't! Stop! I can see you there! I can see you there lowering the FOV! Fucking game devs, man. All I want is an option. And this kind of thing pisses off so many people every time that you'd think at this point game devs would know to just give people an option. Maybe you, game dev, with your strange eye cancer and your weird love of floaty mouse controls and your bizarre belief that the world is better seen as if you're looking down a midget's butthole so you have no peripheral vision. Maybe you feel that those things are the best way to go for your game. But if you look at forums, you'll see that a lot of other people, it hurts their experience. It hurts them deep inside. It makes them like your game a lot less. A lot less. These kinds of things really pull me out of the experience, and I know for a lot of other people it's the same. It's not just a mild annoyance. It is something that really, truly hurts the experience. And you could say, well, game devs are artists, so their vision for their game should be respected, even if that vision is fucking stupid. Like, okay. Maybe. But don't you think that, just maybe, the more important aspect of a game experience, the thing that really matters to communicate to people, are things like the gameplay, the beautiful visual art and music that's often in games, the characters and environment, and the gameplay. Don't you think those are the most important things? And when you've got these settings, these weird restrictions that could just as easily be changed while preserving that vision, and in fact allowing people to enjoy those more core parts of the experience better, wouldn't it make sense to at least give people who feel strongly about it an option in the menu? Because games, one of the great things about playing on PC especially, is it's an experience that you can customize to your personal liking within certain restrictions, but to try and get the most out of it, and where those goalposts should lie as to what you can do and what you can't do in terms of customization, I'd have to say you should probably be able to not have the frame rate locked, and not have to stare down a midget's butthole, and not have to have weird floaty mouse controls that pull you out of the experience. I don't know, that's just me. I don't understand why devs would, want to just force this thing on people when there are a lot of people out there who feel really strongly that it's fucking stupid. I just don't get it. Maybe devs were just born to troll. Or maybe they're fucking stupid. I don't know. In any case, I'm really sick of this shit, guys, and I'm mad that nobody's talking about it, so here I am, talking about it, achieving probably nothing. Fuck my life.